dia cosa così che c'era cara bella così accala cala da cosa da così cosa così da dia cosa cara bella cosa cara bella da dia no cosa sta da bella così da così ne soia cosa c'era che zau ni slana man sti ma quella c'era bella così accala cara bella così da bella da so sta qui ma quella sta qui je l'ai fait, je l'ai calé ça, je l'ai accueilli ici. Ma que les chitanes belle que chale belle chilane, mais le goût des chitanes belle courir. Ma que les sud, elle essaie de belle courir, avec que les chitanes belle que la belle dire. Queen is saying that it's most important for us to first have compassion for ourselves. Remember that we have lived many lifetimes. Some of those lifetimes have been full of joy and most of them have not. So we need to understand that those old patterns of thought, those old patterns of vibration are still in many cases with us. And part of our ascension process is to let go of this energy so that we may blossom like the flower, the beautiful flower, like the lotus. Remember that the lotus is a flower that starts its journey to life deep within the muddy swamps and the muddy marshes and the river. And the lotus grows up through the mud and through the water until it rises above the water and stands tall and opens into the beautiful flower that we know it to be, like the water lily. You can hear the tinkling of the lotus in the background here. Okay, so the lotus is found in many countries. In Egypt, we have the blue lotus of the Nile and the white lotus, and in the east, the pink lotus. You see? But the lotus is an interesting flower because at dusk, later in the day, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it sinks beneath the waters. And when the sun comes out again on the new day, it rises up through the water once more. So it really is a very sacred flower for both the Buddhist and the Hindu religions, and also the ancient Egyptians really worshipped the lotus because they saw in the lotus the eternal quality of life, of all life, and the cyclic nature of life. And our purpose right now is to rise up through the waters. And a lot of the waters that we're rising up through really is the sabotaging, limiting beliefs and energy of our own past, so that we can stand tall above the water and become strong and beautiful like the lotus. Because both the lotus and the rose are two flowers which are very beautiful, but they're also very strong. The rose has thorns to keep the predators away, and the lotus can grow anywhere there's water, rising up through the muck until it stands under the sun. And I guess that's synonymous with what we're all being asked to do at this time. You can just take your hands down when you're ready. And so Kuan Yin really comes to speak to us, firstly, about compassion for ourselves as we go through this process. Not to be hard on ourselves, because what we will all experience is when these energies come in, both from the galactic centre and also with the stargates opening, there's blasts of energy like pulses coming to the Earth's atmosphere, designed to activate us, to prepare us and to clear us. And as these energy pulses come in, what we have had hidden under the bed of ourselves, if you like, hidden deep down within ourselves, is going to be illuminated or lit up, both for our understanding and awareness, but so that we can release it. So if you're feeling a bit grotty at times right now, who is? Some of you? Yeah. Physically or emotionally, and you can't understand why you feel you radiate peace in life one day and feel really down in the dumps the next. It's because of this energy, you see. But what we all have to learn, of course, is how to master this, because all of these beings that we're working with today, Tara, Kuan Yin, Lady Mary and Mary Magdalene, all had lifetimes on Earth. I'm not sure about White Tara, but Kuan Yin, Mary Magdalene and Lady Mary all had lifetimes on earth where they were really challenged. You know, they had very challenging lives. And so what we have to do is we have to really come of age, and when we go through challenges, and I know this is hard because I experience it too, when we go through challenges, realise that this challenge is something that we are experiencing for our growth, to see how we're going to handle it, to see how we're going to think about it. Because as we just saw last week with the miners being rescued in Chile, they had a choice as to whether they were going to totally give up and go crazy down there in the darkness for 17 days before the world knew anything about them being there, or whether they were going to turn to God. And each individual had to make a choice, whether they were going to go with their tormenting thoughts, we could call that Satan, but really it's only our own thoughts, what we think, or whether they were going to turn to God, which is to turn to the God self within, the part of them which is strong, all-knowing, and eternal. And they turned to that part of them which was of God, you see. And they probably prayed a lot to God as well. And so they overcame that situation, and I guess that's just a little example for all of us watching the TV set and seeing how they managed to handle these difficulties, really. So Kuan Yin wants to do a little bit of energy work with you now. She wants to work a bit deeper with the heart and the compassion, and particularly the compassion of the self. So I want you to put your fingertips here into what's called the core star, which is like accessing the core soul aspect of yourself. It's just below the diaphragm and above the navel, just where the solar plexus chakra is. And when I do this energy work, what it's doing, it's working like pulses of light going in and almost attaching to the discordant off-pitch frequencies that are there, the inharmonious thought patterns, and pulling them out, you see. And you'll probably feel it. So I'll just drink a little bit of water, and then we'll start doing this. With Kuan Yin, because it's Kuan Yin. So let's begin. And all you need to do is just sit there and be like a sponge. You don't really have to do anything, except use your intention to open your energy fields to allow this to occur. Ready? Okay. Now put your left hand on what's called the lower heart chakra. This is at the zippy sternum where the rib cage dips in. This is to do with the physical heart having to speed up to handle the faster pulsating fifth-dimensional energy. And the other hand goes at the top of the chest here, which is the upper heart chakra. And the upper heart chakra is to do with our immune system, but it's also to do with the recalibration of the 3 heart chakras. It's a new little heart chakra that's opening up as part of this process that we're going through, the remodeling process that we're going through. Ready? So the outcome of this work that we're doing right now with the heart chakra is to make it easier for you to open your heart, to meditate, to feel, to be love, to bring in love, and to express love. Okay. And one more. This is to do with the base chakra and the heart chakra. So just put your left hand over the base chakra, right at by the pubic bone there, and your right hand over the heart chakra. So we're working with love to do with the heart, and the base chakra, which is to do with physical vitality and energy. And also, due to past life trauma, we often have problems with our base chakra because this is to do with survival issues, you see, security issues and survival issues. So if you've been burned at the stake or guillotined or something where you've died, basically, in some traumatic situation, then it will always affect your base chakra. And for some of you, you may have been feeling, as we've been clearing a lot of this old energy, very tired. It will make you very tired. You'll feel that you don't have as much energy as you used to have when you're clearing from that level because it's to do with physical vitality. So let's work with this now. And take a deep breath and relax. Good. Now, when you leave this room this afternoon, after the workshop's over, drink at least 2 large glasses of water, but don't worry about it now. I just want to make sure that any of the energy that we get moving during this event, you drink the water and it helps with releasing, you see. So I just want to make sure that you remain hydrated, well hydrated. Now, Kuan Yin wants to work with us with that piece of music we were just playing, Tisarana. And this is like instilling this feeling of love, of compassion, compassion for self. Just shut your eyes. You know, when you think love and compassion, you can create that feeling in your body. So create that feeling now, love and compassion for self. Feel love and compassion for self. And the energy that Kuan Yin is going to bring through will further instill that in you, like make it stronger. Make it stronger and more accessible to you. Kesa do kujlesa da jada kodidia. Akiza de stada bela coisa digidi. Mokujle sada do kujididi. Mokoko la kiesha la kala kia la kia la kia la kia. Akala kaja de soki de sitsi. Mokoshi sa 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 sa. Kujle saja la gana malaki. Akala kiesa de stada malaki. Akala kiesa de stada bela coisa do cadesa de stada. Akala saja la kala kiesa de stada. Akala kiesa de stada. Akala kiesa de stada. Mokoko saja la kala kiesa do kujlasa de stada. Mokoshilas.